Hello, my name is Rachel. I'm going to be working with you today. I just wanted to get to know you and see how you're feeling today.
Hi. Um, I'm not feeling that good today. Some things happened over the weekend and I've just been really sad and I have no energy.
Okay, tell me a little bit about what happened this weekend.
So, I had told you our previous session that my boyfriend is getting upset because I'm not very open with him and I have trouble expressing my feelings and I'm not as affectionate as he wants me to be. And we had this really, really big fight and I don't know what's gonna happen with us.
Okay, so you're having trouble being like affectionate towards him, and he just decided that he wants that to be resolved before you guys can move forward.
Yes. And I
Okay.
also, he says that it's crazy that we've been together for almost 9 months and he feels about me, about like my past and just things about me that he feels like he should know.
Okay. And what do you think might be the reason why you're unable to be like affectionate towards him or just be able to open yourself up?
Um, I've always been like this. It's never been an issue. So I have trouble understanding why it's such a big deal to him. Um, I don't know what it can be like. My my family's always been like this. My friends don't bother me about me not being affectionate with them or like really sharing things about myself to them. But he seems to be the only person that has a problem, and I'm not sure why that is.
Okay, so you said that your family has always been that way. Can you tell me a little bit about that? How exactly has your family been when you were growing up?
Well, when I was growing up, I was only raised with one parent. My dad was never present. I never had connection with him, and my mom was always gone. She was always working, so I basically grew up alone. And since my mom was always gone, we never really like had a relationship. We never really talk, or never were affectionate with each other. So I kind of just learned to do things on my own and just keep things to myself. That's how things were when I was growing up, and also I'm an only child, so it was just normal for me.
And do you think that is what has an effect with you today, is not being able to emotionally connect because you never like really learned how?
I guess that's maybe the problem because he comes from a big family. He has two other siblings. He grew up with both of his parents. He also grew up with his extended family. And whenever I'm around them, I see that they're very affectionate, they're very open with each other, and that's just strange to me.
Have you ever been able to have an open conversation with him about how you were raised and how you just haven't learned exactly how a relationship should be?
Um, I really don't like talking about those things with him because I just get very nervous and anxious whenever he wants to talk about my past. And I just don't feel like sharing anything with him, even though I want to, but it's just kind of scary for me because I've never done it before. I've never had the need to tell anybody about my past or like my family. So it would be something new to me and I'm scared.
I think it's okay to be scared, especially when you're doing something that you've never done before. And if he really cares about you, I think he understands that it might be scary for you to share some of those feelings. I think what might be best would be to have that open conversation with him, tell him that this is something that scares you, and you have to both work together in order to come up with a way that maybe you can share a little bit about yourself at a time, and you both have an open conversation about what that looks like for you now and what could look like in the future. How does that sound?
It sounds doable, but it's it's very scary for me, even though it doesn't sound like a big deal, but for me, it's very scary, and I I'm gonna have to just do it, I guess, because I've never ever talked about my past or my family with anybody, so it's gonna be a challenge for me.
It's definitely normal for things that are brand new to you to be scary. And that's definitely why you should take it slow. Um, don't try to rush it in and like tell everything all at once because that's going to be really overwhelming for you. But taking one step at a time and really taking your time to discuss the way you grew up, how you learned to attach to others, and how that might affect you today is going to really help him understand you a little bit more, and it might even bring you both closer.
All right, I'll give it a shot and I'll let you know how it went our next meeting.
Yeah, definitely do your best. And then next week, we can always talk about how it went, what happened well, what didn't go well. And then we can always go from there.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. I look forward to seeing you next week.